Morning everyone, geez, it's a sunny day, very sunny day today. So project at hand today, I was only just saying the other day, I've got really not a lot on this week, but it is going to be a busy day today, which is good. So what we got is we had the aircon man come round yesterday. You can kind of see it's a little bit dirty here. He flushed out the condenser. He took that panel off, cleaned all inside there, flushed the condenser out with water, told me how to do it from now on. It's not as easy as just putting water. Once you take this panel off, you'll see the electricity in there. I'm not going to take it off now, but yeah, he said don't shine it in this way, the water. Make it go down on an angle, and you don't like saturate all the electronics in there. He pointed out one problem. He said one thing, it shouldn't be on those stands. I'm definitely not going to change it. That's not going to happen, so it's going to stay where it is. And also he said it shouldn't be under eaves either, which this one is, if you include the gutter, it's halfway under. So what he's saying is, and he did test it while we were here and showed me what it was, hot air comes out of here, cold air gets sucked in through, or ambient air goes in this way and gets hot air out. And he said what's happening is half of it is bouncing off this eave here and coming around, and if you put your hand here you can feel heat, and it's all around here, all around, and the other side, up until about here. So about a quarter, almost half of that condenser up the top is sucking in hot air that's just come out of the machine. So he said what you need to do is either move it, which is not going to happen because I've got not much room there anyway. He said the next best thing you can do is put a blocker either from here to here, like that, like a bit of flashing, so that way you separate, so air can't come back down this way. He said don't finish it here, come a bit, a bit further out. But he said the best thing to do is put something that goes from here up to the eave, so then that way when this blows out, it doesn't just hit there, it kind of hits your thing on an angle and scoots it and shoots it out that way. So I've been thinking about it. I was going to go to Bunnings and buy some perspex or some roof sheeting that's flat, not corrugated stuff. And then I remember I had these off an old cupboard that I made a long time ago. It was just a shelving system, but I wanted cupboard doors on it. So it's plastic core flute, so that should be fine for outdoor stuff. It's not going to get wet, because what I'm thinking of doing is I'll zip tie it. Well, that's what we're going to do in this video. I'll zip tie it to this mesh here, and then that's kind of good enough. And then I'll get some metal brackets. I'll cut some metal brackets up. I should have something. We'll figure out what the angle is, and then screw it to this and screw it to that, so that way it's supported on the top, supported on the bottom, and we're done. I do have another 3 of these, so if this gets a bit loud, I'm not too sure, I'll have to come out and have a look, but if this, if it starts shaking in the wind that this thing's producing and the zip ties aren't enough to hold it, then what I'll do is I'll make a version 2 and make it completely separate from the unit, and it's only just going to be, it'll probably have to start from down there, and then I'll have to get another sheet to extend it to go over there. Today's only going to be 28 degrees, so it's a good day to do it. Tomorrow's 37, so I definitely want to knock this over today with at least version 1 and give it a test out tomorrow. When we're running it, I'll come out, put my hand here, but yeah, he showed me, you can definitely feel the hot air getting sucked back in, and he said you probably won't notice a difference in temperature in the house because this thing would have been compensating anyway. He said, but you probably will notice a difference in your power bill by just making it run more efficient. That's all it is. He said it's in a good spot because it's not in the sun. It is in the sun now, but after midday this is complete shade down here, the way the sun goes here. So yeah, he said it's in a good spot. It's just that's your only issue. We ended up changing the control pad on the inside as well, so that's been flickering for the past probably 3 years, the display flickers. And he said, I don't know if it's true or not, he was just trying to sell me another control pad, but he said He said if that goes, it can spike and take out the board in here. So you're better off to do it. He goes, I can't believe it's lasted three years or so. It's the whole system's 12 years old. We haven't spent a cent on it. So yeah, it was definitely due for some maintenance. So didn't have a drama with that. And he also replaced the filter media in the 2 return vents that we have. So and then he went around with a thermometer, checked the temperature at each vent. He was pretty happy with it. He said it should be like 3 degrees cooler, but the unit was only on for 10 minutes. And it is a big unit. It takes a while to get down to temperature, or yeah, down to the what you've set it at. It's like 21 kilowatts or something. He said it's way overpowered for the size of the house, but that's the way I do things. I don't know. You guys probably can't see it because of the close-up thing of this camera, but it's where is it? It did say. I'm probably looking right at it. Fuse. Oh, here. Ambient temp. So cooling 5.5 kilowatt. That's definitely not what it is. Yeah, it's not a 5 kilowatt unit. Oh, that's input is 5 kilowatt. Outdoor. I don't know what the output is. I'm pretty sure from memory it was a 20 kilowatt output unit. I can't see any more writing on it. Anyway, yeah, so it's input 5.5, but it doesn't say anything about ambient temp. So that must mean if it's 35 degrees outside, it can cool to 24 degrees. I think. Indoor 2719. I don't know what that means, because it says kilowatts there, but not here. So that is not kilowatts. I don't know if it's degrees. It doesn't really say ambient temp. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently it's got 8.5 kilos plus your lines. So he reckons about 10 kilos all up of refrigerant. $300 a kilo, he was saying, so $3,000 to $3,000 to regas it. So I really don't want to regas it. He said it was pretty good on gas. It could do with a top up, but he didn't do it. He said it's good enough not to play with it. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't say here, but I'm pretty sure it is 21 or 24 kilowatt output. I can't remember. They were trying to sell us, because the aircon was included in the house when we built, and they were trying to give us this little 12 or 14 kilowatt unit, and it wouldn't have been big enough. I asked the guy, I said, can I do the whole house at once? And he said, no, you'll have to close the middle door and do half, and then, I said, no, not interested, I want to upgrade it. He said that's the next one. We had to upgrade to 3-phase and cold drawn copper pipe and something else. The ducting is different, but it wasn't that much. It was only about $1,000 to upgrade from the little unit to this one. We never go past 1 fan on the controller. It goes up to 3. We never go past 1. You type in 21 degrees, 23 degrees, and the whole house is 23 degrees. So it just idles and ticks over. So much better having a bigger unit, in my opinion. 12 years, haven't spent a cent on it, apart from yesterday. We dropped about, I think it was about $1,300 all up. I think it was $220 for the call out and condenser. Well, $220 just for him to do the service, but the service consisted of condenser flush, checking the temperature of the vents, checking the air volume coming out of the vents, looking at that, making sure it was all good, and making sure the gas pressure and temperatures were all good. And then it was $80 each return vent for the filter media. I'll do that myself next time. I just wanted him to do it. I've never changed the filter meter. I've done it once, sorry. But it was very, very thin stuff compared to what he's used. He's used much thicker stuff. So yeah, much better there. So when I take him down next to give him a clean, I'll have a look how thick it is, and then I'll buy something equivalent and just do it myself next time. And the new control pad was like $850 or something. But yeah, another thing he said is the fan is the next thing to go on these after this age. so the fan that runs this motor. He's saying $1,700. I don't know. I've never met the dude. Like, I've never used him before. No recommendations. So I might look up his. He gave me his. He was recommended to me by someone else that does aircons, but they only do installs. They don't do servicing. So yeah, I kind of didn't know the name of his company. Now he's given me his business card. I've got the name of his company. I'll look him up, make sure he's not, just make sure he's genuine, I suppose, because it does sound a lot of money for a control panel and things like that, but it is what it is. And like I said, we haven't spent any money on it in 12 years, and it has not missed a beat the whole time. So yeah, not that I want to go wasting money, but he said the next thing is that motor fan, and they're about $1,700 for a motor fan. So I'll definitely get some quotes for that. I just wasn't ready for the control panel. He made it out like it was a pretty big deal, and if it did trip and take that out, it's thousands of dollars rather than $800. So I said, yeah, just do that. So anyway, all good. So yeah, we're going to make that. I'm going to do that this morning because I've got some click and collect things to go and get. I did say that the hole in the bucket is bigger at the bottom than it is at the top. The past few months we've had heaps of things break, and we've just been buying a few things, but it is Black Friday and the sales are on. So I've got some tools to pick up from Super Cheap Auto. I've got some stuff to buy from Bunnings that I've had on a list for a while, but I mean, Bunnings don't do sales. But I've got to go, it's just little stuff, so got to go to Bunnings anyway. They're kind of on the way to Super Cheap. Super Cheap got some cool tools. I'll show you them when we get back in another video. I'll do a separate video because otherwise it's going to be too long. And then King's 4-wheel drive Super Center, it's cheapy camping stuff. I'm not a hardcore camper, so I can't justify, you know, like $1,000 Engel fridge. I do have a King's fridge. It was like 200 and something bucks, and it's worked really well. We've used it a few times. I've also got a King's, I think it's about a 13 or 12 amp hour battery pack to run the fridge, and that works really well as well. It runs the big fridge for about 7-8 hours, not too bad. So what we're going to do now is go and buy another fridge, but a little 15-litre console fridge that we can just chuck in the car for a day trip or whatever. My missus is actually going away with her folks down to Margaret River on the weekend, and she's got to take some stuff with. They're bringing their own food. They're staying at an Airbnb. They're not staying at a restaurant or anything like that. So yeah, she wants to bring her own. She's a bit fussy with her food and stuff, so she wants to bring her own stuff, which requires an esky or a fridge. There is a fridge where they're going, but they're going to stop along the way, so they're going to take like 6-7 hours to get, or maybe 6 hours to get there. So yeah, she needs I mean, she could bring an esky with an ice block in it, but this thing's on sale, $129 I think it was, saving $120. It's 48% off. They do some mad specials every now and again. I'm sure they're still making money on it at $129, but it's got a proper fridge compressor, which means it goes -10 degrees to, positive 10 to -10 or something like that. I can't remember. I'll give you a full rundown anyway on the next video. I'll turn it on. We'll test everything out. All the tools we'll test out as well. We'll just do that in a different video to this one. So yeah, like we went to 2J the other day, drove the Z up to 2J. We brought water bottles with us. Obviously we didn't drink the water on the way there, but we stopped for it wasn't really breakfast and it wasn't really lunch. We call it a brunch, but it was just at a cafe kind of thing. Nothing fancy. Got in the car, hot. It was 37 degrees that day, and the drinks were like drinking hot tea water. It was gross because they were in the car the whole time. So yeah, it would have been good to have this little esky connected up to the battery, not running off the car, just connected up to my little battery pack that I got, and we would have had cold water. You can see this is their playtime. Yeah, we would have had cold water in the car. When we got back in the car, we'd have had nice, 4-degree water kind of thing. So we've been thinking about it for a while. I mean, it's only 120 bucks, but I've just been putting it off, not because of the money, I'm just like, we'll never use it, but every couple of weeks we go, oh, we could have used it. We go to my sister-in-law's place, which is like down the road. You can walk there. So because you can walk there, I always bring a few drinks with me. And you always got to load up with an esky, and half the esky is ice blocks, or it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, this will be good for what it costs. It's almost the cost of a really good esky, but it's a fridge. Takes 15 cans apparently. You can put 15 cans in it, so I mean, you can fit 6 stubbies in there pretty easily, and that's all I ever take with me if we go down there and then just stumble back home. Run it off the battery. We always sit outside at the sister-in-law's place, so you can just keep your esky in a corner somewhere, plug to the battery. You don't even have to walk inside to the fridge. You just keep it next to you. So pretty convenient. We'll go to my mum and dad's place. They'll always give us food or whatever on the way back. So yeah, good to chuck it in there. If you go to the shops to buy ice cream or meat or something, and then you want to go out afterwards, you don't have to come back home to dump the meat off. You can, you keep it in the car, keep it running off the battery, and then go and do your running around at Kmart, or go and do your food shopping or whatever, and then chuck everything in there and then come back. So yeah, I mean, it opens up a few possibilities, but everyone knows what a fridge does. It's nothing special, but yeah, it's just a little bit more convenience in life, that's all. But anyway, we'll go and make this thing now. We'll go and do that in this video, and then I'll start another video. So the shops don't open till 9 o'clock. One opens at, well, Bunnings opens at 7, King's opens at 8, and Super Cheap opens at 9. So I'll wait until about 8:30 to go, and then do all that running around, and then go to Super Cheap last. They'll be open, and get everything, and then we'll come back, make another video about the spoils from Black Friday sales. And I'm pretty sure that has to be it, because yeah, like I said, the bucket is tipped over. It's nothing in it. The holes don't matter anymore, and yeah, it's all over. So it's got to stop. So this will be the last little hurrah. But all good. Anyway, we'll see you then. Okay, going well. Half-time update. I found some of I don't even know what this is from. I must have used it for something, but I had a little bit left over, probably about triple that. And I've cut that up to make some brackets. You'll see it in a minute. I've used 1.5 sheets of core flute, and I'm pretty sure that's all I'm going to use. And all we've done, I've actually made 2 little panels up. It's not the prettiest thing, but I think it's going to work, as most things I do. It's not going to win any awards, that's for sure. But yeah, I've just used that thin stuff to make up 6 brackets for along here, drilled a hole, and then used one under, so this will get tied to that. I didn't want to tie it to this. I kind of wanted it anchored back to the wall, so it's not separate, it's touching, but it's very tight. Like that's probably good enough as it is. But what I will do is just mark up, drill a hole, and then zip tie. I'll just zip tie these together. There's no point screwing them. Then it's, like I said, it's tight. It's just the zip tie to stop them flapping around in the wind. So yeah, that's to stop the wind coming back this way. We want to keep this area separate to the top area, and then this one will fit kind of like that in those brackets. I think I've missed the last one, but anyway, you get the idea. And that's going to go up like that and deflect pretty much anything coming out of this fan up and out that way. And any bit of wash that does come back, this is going to stop that. He said there's no point, there's no reason to do anything on the sides. It was mainly this bit because of its location under the eaves. So I'm just going to do that. I may even I'm going to have to extend it. You can see there it's a little bit short, so I kind of want it maybe another 100 mil on top of this end here. So I'll have to cut another bit, maybe 200 mil. So we've got 100 mil of overlap, zip tie it, and then have 100 mil left over, and then that way it's got something to bolt to. So I've got 3 more of the same silver brackets. And yeah, same deal. They're going to get screwed up in line with them, like that, and then bend that little flap out, and then zip tie kind of that end after I do the little extender bit. But yeah, it'll get zip tied like that. So yeah, pretty easy. That's only been about 15 minutes to do that. That core flute stuff's really easy to cut. You just cut it with a knife. You can actually cut it with I was using a saw, depending on the way you're cutting. So if you're going to cut with the grain, I suppose you call it, you can use a nice sharp knife. I was just using just like a box cutting thing. But if you're going to cut sideways, you end up with a bit of a jagged cut with that. So I was using my little flexible saw, so that works pretty good with that. And yeah, easy as. So I'll keep plugging away. It is, so I've got so Bunnings is open and the other place is almost opening. It's a bit early at the moment, but I have got the email saying that they're reviewing the order and you'll get another SMS soon to go and pick it up. That's for the fridge. The super cheap stuff is ready to pick up. Was ready to pick up yesterday at Arvo, but I didn't have time to go yesterday at Arvo. And Bunnings is open. They open at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, so they're open. But I'll finish this first, and we may even, I'll quickly chuck the aircon on and we'll give it a shot. I'll get a little bit of ribbon or something, and we'll see if there's any airflow where it shouldn't be. And I was thinking I could block it even more, but it may cause more harm than good, but I'm not sure. But we could even put like a triangle bit kind of here. If you can imagine like a triangle bit there, we could do it just, get these two done, hold up a bit of core flute, trace it from the other side, and then just zip tie, and that way it's all kind of going that way. But yeah, we'll see if we get any air leakage coming around that side there. We shouldn't do. I don't think that'll be necessary. But anyway, I'll keep plugging away, and next video you'll see it will all be done. Alright, just got back from the shops, picked all that up, but we'll knock this video over now. With this aircon, I still don't think it's kind of ramping up, but not quite. Yeah, it's just on and off, as you can hear it there, but I'm probably going to have to try this on a hotter day, but I'm pretty sure it's doing what it needs to do. So you can see it. All good. So that's blocking anything. Yeah, you can feel a fair bit of heat there, but nothing. You can actually feel suction here now, under here. So that's doing what it needs to do, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just, it's not ramping up enough. But, all good. I think we've achieved our goal, so we'll put that one to bed. Yeah, it's not that hot today, so not much I can do. But anyway, yeah, I'll sign this video off. I just got some more brake fluid as well. I've been going through this stuff like water lately, but that's for the i20 that needs a brake flush as well. That way I'll do pretty much all the cars then will have brand new brake fluid, and then do them all again in 2 years. Just try and keep on top of it. Keep on top of it that way. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one, which is going to start in like 2 seconds. I'm just going to lop this video and we'll get onto the rip open all these presents here. Catch you later. Thanks for watching.